Episode 207 of the Edible Valley Podcast.
Today we're talking Pattison Farms. Do you ever wonder where your food comes from? That's what got us started on this adventure.
In each episode, we ask experts to weigh in on the food topics that matter to you, from growers to producers to chefs.
And I challenge John, Darren and you to learn more about your food and the stories behind it. From our hub on Vancouver Island in the beautiful Comox Valley, join us as we explore our edible valley.
Welcome to another episode of the Edible Valley Podcast. I'm chef and host Jonathan Fraser.
And I'm your co-host, Darren Howlett. Today, we're on location.
And we're super lucky today that we have Gerry Pattison from Pattison Farms. And we're going to pick his brain a little bit about how he started the farm, why he got into organic farming, and all the great things that come along with farming. And he's looking at me like, great things?
Are we, though?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess let's just jump into it.
How are you doing today, Gerry?
I'm good. I'm tired. It's the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know we're pulling you right at the end of the day in here to sit down with us and have a quick chat. So we appreciate you coming in here because
No problem at all.
I mean, I've been a fan of the food that you've been supplying me for years, and I'm always love when you show up at the door with all your fresh produce, and I'm like, all right, this is going to be a good day.
Yeah, we try for that.
Yes. Yeah. I definitely know when I'm getting stuff from you that it just makes my life easier, that I know when I'm putting it on the plate to the customer that it's going to be that much more appreciated, right? So,
yeah.
Thank you.
Also, I will say this too, not to put any pressure or anything, but we have a list of guests that we would like to bring on, and we add to it and cross off as we get through them. And I think you've been pretty high on that list for almost like a year and a half right now, 2 years, where it was like, oh, we should get Gerry on the next episode. Next episode. Oh no, okay, next episode. And yeah, it's just sort of. I'm just glad that it's all come together. We've been looking forward to doing this one for a while.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a long time.
So I'd love to get in your words to just maybe you can describe what this farm is to our listeners.
Well, it's we're certified organic here. We have been since 2002. Before that, we had a farm on Coleman Road. We were certified organic there. So we've been certified organic for about 30 years now.
Wow.
And this farm was one of the oldest vegetable farms in the valley. And it was one of the biggest, too. And when we moved here, the people that lived here before, the place was very run down. Every roof leaked. Oh, wow. You know, the grass was up to my neck, full of garbage.
Wow.
And so, you know, organic farming is important to us, and it's, I don't know, I just think it's a better food.
Right.
So that's where we work at, but it's a lot of work.
To say that the grounds were all overgrown and full of garbage, that's amazing. As soon as we pulled up, I mean, I've seen it from the front, but as soon as we pulled up to actually look in the back here, I am shocked at how like impeccable it is. It's the cleanest farm I've ever seen.
Well, it's messy right now. It's,
really? Wow.
Yeah, because we had a lot of damage in the winter time. And,
oh, wow.
And that, so it's usually a lot cleaner than it is right now.
I can't imagine.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you saw our apple tree up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see the apple tree. I did.
That's true. So we didn't actually say about how large the farm was.
15 and a half acres.
15 and a half.
Yeah, this piece is 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a wildlife greenway, which is 23 acres. And then on the other side of that, we have 8.5 acres.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize there was a green space in between.
Yeah, it allows for the wildlife to pass back and forth without wrecking our fences.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, yeah, it's pretty special because we don't have neighbors.
Right.
Yet we're in downtown Black Creek, you know.
Right, yeah.
Well, and that was what I was say. You guys are right on the highway here, right in Black Creek, like right almost downtown Black Creek. Not
Yeah.
that Black Creek's the biggest town
Right.
on Vancouver Island.
Yeah. Well, we're a 5-minute walk to city center, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking like, and yeah, I guess you've been operating this for over 30 years. So,
Yeah, this property for 20.
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And before that, before we had our other farm at Coleman Road, we had a farm market at Saratoga Beach.
Oh yeah.
And that's where we kind of got started, and it was a hobby, and then it got carried away.
Well, that was my next question. Like, what got you into farming?
Well, we started at Saratoga Beach. I built 4 raised beds because the food in the store was awful, worse than it is now. And, I was concerned our kids were small and growing up. And, of course, Saratoga Beach, there's around 9 resorts at that time on the beach.
Right.
So I built the raised beds. We had a little garden for our personal selves, and people kept coming, and I need a romaine for lettuce for dinner, and I need just a few green onions and a couple of beets and all. So pretty soon we never had anything for ourselves.
Oh
And
wow.
so then we built a greenhouse, and it was 10 by 15 feet, and I thought, wow, this is really big. We'll never need another one. And 2 years later, we built one that was 25 by 40.
Oh my God.
And that I remember standing in it with my wife, and I said, "This is it. This is the ultimate greenhouse. We'll never need another one." Now we got 15,000 square feet of greenhouse.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
So I told you we got carried away.
No
Yeah.
joke in that.
Yeah, so it was just supply and demand, and and I was working in corporate world at the time, and it was wearing me out, and mental stress, physical stress, and all the stuff that goes with that. So we bought our farm at Coleman Road to supply our farm market stand.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were hauling equipment up and down the highway all the time came stale really quick.
Right.
Right.
And there was just 2 of us, me and my friend John, and so we got that going, and we were going to actually sell at Saratoga Beach and move to Coleman Road, and friends of ours said, "Oh, you should look at this place." And I said, "Well, we really don't need to buy anything because we have a place, right?"
Right.
But there was no buildings. We didn't have any buildings down there.
Oh, okay.
And there was and we put a well in, so we had good water, but so we looked at this place, and we thought, well, it's pretty run down. It's like the people used to sit in the apple trees here and shoot beer cans and deer and all kinds of stuff was going on.
Wow.
So anyway, long story short, we bought it, and then we sold Saratoga Beach and Coleman Road. And at one point in time in August, of course, when farming is busy, we were market gardening at Saratoga Beach, farming at Coleman Road, and moving here. Wow. All at the same time.
Oh my God.
That was awful.
I can imagine.
That's when you find out how much stuff you have.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't want to move from here.
So this is your final spot, is that what
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
But yeah, so we started. This was all hay pasture. The fruit trees hadn't been pruned for around 25 years before we got here. The guy that lived here hurt his back, and
Wow.
and so they had fungus in them, and they a lot of rot and things, And so we just started and worked at it, and we're still working at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what drove you into the organic circle? Was that like, other than the health benefits and supplying your kids with good food, but was it?
Well, I was interested in the fact that of being inspected. So, I can say, yeah, we grow organically. This is what we do, right? But there's no third-party certificate, no verification of that. It's just what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Today, we've been around a long time now. To me, it's not that important,
Right.
But we would still follow the practices if we weren't certified tomorrow, right?
Right.
Nothing would change there. But, at that time, it was funny because we went to our first farmers market, and the people beside us said, "Oh, you organic guys, you're just a food trend.
Oh, what?
And a year from now, you're not going to be in business."
Crazy.
Well, we're still in business, and they're not. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of have pioneered it here, right? You were the first major
yeah,
organic.
and Eat More Sprouts,
Right.
Glenn and Carmen, and
Yeah.
we used to have some meetings at their house.
Right.
There was like 5 or 6 farms at the time.
Yeah.
So
So interesting. So they thought you were going to be a fad. That's hilarious.
yeah, yeah. I think about that often.
Wow.
How much different life would have been.
Yeah, yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we started in on.
And now the business has definitely grown for you, and you've sort of got
yeah.
lots of different things going on here, especially with the vegetables and the apple trees and like these the orchard you were talking about there.
Yeah, we have 2 orchards.
Right.
We have a pear one. It's got 2 cherry trees that we don't care about, and they're going to become firewood one day. And apples, and all these trees were planted in 1930.
Wow.
So they're all heritage trees. And we had a young lady working here from UBC, from the seeds program, and we were looking at the apples one fall, and I said, I really like to know what these are. Not a problem. We'll pick 5 of each, and I'll go and do a DNA on them.
Wow.
And I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
And so off she went to UBC one weekend. It comes back, and I thought, yeah, you get a little piece of paper, and this is what it is. Nope, 52 pages. By tree.
Oh wow.
Yeah, these two that are just out here, they're Golden Delicious, and they were planted in the southeastern interior and moved here.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. and
How she can tell that? That's amazing.
something to do with the cells in the apple. I don't know.
Wow.
But and the rest were all planted here.
Wow.
So
That's fantastic.
yeah, we don't have any rocks either.
Yeah.
No rocks at all.
No, this was a Mennonite farm, and they took very good care of it when they were working it.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been here for 20 years, and we still don't have a pickup load of rocks.
Wow.
All our soil's 3 feet deep everywhere you go.
Man,
Holy
I
smokes.
wish my backyard was like
Yeah.
I filled 2 wheelbarrows just building.
Yeah,
a
I was going to
stand.
say, I think my most ambitious garden I ever planted was the house that we had on Mitchell. And I got about 3 inches down. And then my neighbors came over and they're like, this used to be the riverbed, right? Like thousands of years ago, this was the riverbed. Like it is all river rock. and yeah, it didn't matter where I dug. It was just straight river rock.
Yeah, our closest neighbor, they've got about 2.5 inches of soil, and then it's blue clay.
Oh, wow.
That's it, eh?
Nothing. Wow.
So you definitely lucked out at this spot, eh?
Yeah, when we looked at this place, of course, my wife was looking at the buildings, and all I cared about was the dirt. I brought a bucket and a shovel, and I ran around here for a day shoveling.
Hilarious. That's awesome.
Excellent. So let's talk about some of the other things that you've got growing on the property, because you've got a couple greenhouses.
Yeah,
Right.
we got 5.
5, yeah, more than a couple.
Wow.
Yeah, well, no, a few. Yeah, yeah. We have when we moved here, we found in the bush growing a horseradish.
Oh, yeah.
But like today's horseradish is fibrous or rhizinous, so it runs all over the place. You have to
Right.
contain it in cement so it doesn't get out. Otherwise, you'll have a field of horseradish.
Right.
And this is fibrous. It's really, really old. It's an old variety,
Oh, yeah.
and wherever you put it, it stays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so we've learned about that, and we've split it and planted it, and we've went from that one little plant to now we have a 120-foot row. Wow! So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So that's cool, and we grow quite a bit of specialty veg.
Oh, yeah.
That's not that common around. You got to have zucchinis because for whatever reason, people like
Everyone
zucchini.
like that. Doesn't
You know,
everyone grow that?
yeah, and we used to have 5 months a year off, and now we have Christmas Day and Boxing Day off.
Wow.
So we're pretty much 7 days a week, 363 days a year.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I appreciate every minute.
Can we talk about that a bit? Maybe where primarily people can find your products? Is in restaurants, or is it at the farmers market, or where do people find the produce?
Well, we have diversified our market because we built a cooler, and then we tried to fill it up. Yeah. And then we found out we have more food than customers. So we diversified the market. Yeah. My background in corporate world, I was doing sales and marketing.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I left there, I thought, I'll never need this stuff again. Right. But,
yeah.
I've been thrown out of some of the best places, so I don't feel bad. It's just how it is. So no, our products are available at Edible Island and Seeds Market in Cumberland, and restaurants, few restaurants use it. A lot of individuals now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they shop off our fresh sheet.
Oh, wow.
And then they just come and pick it up on Wednesdays.
Oh, wow.
And that. So, yeah, we've kind of reduced our market exposure.
Right.
Because I really tried hard this winter to retire.
Oh, yeah.
And it did not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we're more than ever now. Right. So,
wow.
So, yeah, and, and you pretty much got to do that for different grades, and, like restaurants have a really high standard.
Right.
And so we have a high standard for restaurants.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we feed our staff every day.
That's nice.
So
yeah.
If they're going to work that hard to grow it, they should eat it.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least taste what they're producing.
Well, yeah, if they don't, well, they graze all day long.
Yeah. I know that's what I would do if I was here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But then I go in the house at night, and my wife says, "Oh, let's have a salad." No salad. Protein and salt. Yeah. So.
Wow.
So yeah. So that's what we do. We've had some of the best chefs in Canada here. We've had John Bishop launched his 4th cookbook here.
Wow.
We've had the Junior Olympic culinary team here.
Right. Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
This is kind of the farm to go to.
Yeah,
on your way up in the food industry, I think.
Yeah, I guess like we get chefs from Victoria. They're catering something in the valley, and oh, we're here.
And
who might you be? So it's quite interesting to meet new people in the industry and stuff like that. So,
well, wow. I always enjoy my Monday morning phone call from you.
when you answer.
When I answer. As this week I was in the cooler.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So.
But it's neat to see, and I like how with your fresh sheet coming out, and I get to plan my kind of what's coming up, and you're always giving me a little heads up of what's going to be fresh and what's just went in the garden and when I can expect it, and yeah, sometimes it's disappointing, but
yeah, for me too.
Yeah.
But we're working on an actual harvest schedule now for the year.
Yeah.
So it'll our best guess sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so we'll be able to buy variety, say it's going to be on this day.
Wow.
For a whole year.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. Do you have is there anything in particular that you grow that you particularly are very fond of? That's your favorite, or is there something that
Not if it's a veg. Yeah, no, like carrots. Baby carrots. Like, people know us for that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And that we don't grow cabbage. This is like no. Yeah. We've mentored a lot of startup farmers.
Oh yeah.
Not from around here,
Yeah.
but from like Pemberton, or they've worked here with us and moved on and
Right.
started their own farms and
Oh,
stuff.
that's great.
And I still stay in touch with them, and
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to see how they're doing and
Nice.
stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's great to see that this organic thing wasn't a fad.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of organic farmers in BC now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
lots.
And what
crazy.
what do you say the reason for organic farming? Like what draws people to it?
Insanity. No. No, it's the respect for the earth, for the soil, the water, animals,
Yeah.
good clean food. Some people it's just, yep, I'm going to be organic. It's a romantic notion,
Right.
and then they 2
Kinda like
years
being a
in,
chef.
you know,
Get caught up in the I'm going to make nothing but amazing food, and I'm going to be whatever, and then you find out that it's a ton of hard work for the rest of your life.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So that, like it's a romantic notion or something. And then 2
Yeah.
years in, it's like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
Like not
Right.
what I signed up for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great talking with you. I don't want to hold you up too
well,
much
thank you.
longer.
Yeah, we've taken up a lot of your time already.
Yeah.
It's the end of the day.
But I think we've learned a lot, and I hope our listeners are going to learn a lot, and they want to come down and visit you and check out the farm stand here.
Check out the farm stand. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
mind giving the address and how they can get in contact with you?
We're on Dezini Road, 2124 Dezini.
Okay.
As soon as you turn off the highway, it's the first left
Right.
is the farm stand. And, we have a sandwich board out there. It's self-serve, so, it's,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's,
Yeah.
And then
Perfect.
people can get you at Edible Island and Seeds in town.
and seeds, yeah. And so it's good. The farm stand, people enjoy it and,
Good.
and that. And it's interesting, after we moved here from Saratoga Beach, some people, their kids used to come with the family camping,
Right.
when they were like 4 and 5 years old, right? And now they're adults and they have kids and they come to our farm stand.
Oh yeah.
Still.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
all,
awesome.
all those years, yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, I mean, you're not that far, right? You're only a couple kilometers away.
Yeah.
From where you were previously, so it's not.
Yeah.
So if they really want to find you, they'll find you. You're in the
Oh,
same,
yeah.
same
Yeah.
area.
I know we're just ending up, but I've got one last question. that I'm just thinking about, like, it just occurred to me, is this like, just this area, how much since you've come and put the farm in here, how much it's grown with other farms in the area?
Oh,
Right.
it's been huge.
Yeah.
When we came here, there were only, I think we were the third farm other than dairy,
Wow.
and now there's probably, I don't know, probably close to 100.
Wow.
So,
Do you know, I used to quote, again, we are wrapping up. Chef Aaron Rail made a offhand comment once on one of our podcasts. And he said he came from Victoria where there was 450 restaurants that were being supplied by 150 farms. And then he moved here where there was 150 restaurants being supplied by 450 farms. And I've always thought that was pretty... gave me context. I didn't realize how many food growers there were in town, and I only just saw. I don't know why I'm going into this so much for a little factoid, but yeah, in the Comox Valley there are 455 registered food growers. I had no idea that we were actually. I thought that was just a shot in the dark that Aaron made, but we are actually at 455 food growers in the valley right now. It's amazing, and 100 of them are here.
well, Merville,
Yeah.
in the outback there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic. I'm not going to try to wrap things up too quickly, but I know that this would have been a far too long episode if we just ran with it and did everything that we talked about with everything that we wanted to talk about. So I think we're going to probably take a bit of a break and come back to another episode. What do you think, John?
If that's all right with you, if you got a little bit more time.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
right.
Let me know.
So I think that wraps up the first of 2 episodes then with Gerry, and we're going to come back and talk a little more about organic.
All right. Thanks for listening.
And that wraps up another episode of the Edible Valley podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and a special thanks goes to the local businesses that help support our podcast. They make it possible for us to showcase your local food community. We'd love you to follow us on your preferred social media at Edible Valley, where you can check out our blog, find recipes and tips, behind the scenes, and of course keep a lookout for where we are going to turn up next in your Edible Valley.
Okay.
Oh, I should shut that off too.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
It's been ringing all day, and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
And this has been an Edible Valley production.
Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, ready again?